All right. Hello, everyone that's currently in this stream, and welcome to the first ever Saturday Watchalong that I'm doing. Um, it's been a long time in the making. I probably should have done one earlier than now, considering I've been on the platform for 6+ years or whatever. So hopefully we can back a few winners together and just sit back and enjoy the racing action. Um, how it'll work, pretty much I'll just be talking nonsense for most of the time, but watching the races, I won't be able to show it live on here, obviously due to all the copyright reasons and that. So I'll probably commentate the races that we do watch, just for those who maybe are watching my stream and don't have an option to watch the races. I'm sure you'll be able to split screen it in some way, but yeah, that's how it's going to be, and we'll just try and back some winners and have some fun. So the next race, I'm going to be doing Victoria, South Australia, New South Wales, and Queensland, and so 4 states, and I'll have my bet down the bottom left if I have a bet in the race. In this race at Randwick, I do, and then yeah, for races that I don't have a bet in, there won't be any. So we'll just see how we go with each of these races. You'll see I've got the market on the left as well, so really taken a bit of improvement, this new streaming setup that I've got going on. So hopefully it works well today, and a big hello to everyone tuning in at the moment. So I'll quickly talk about this next race at Randwick. Just quickly, I've got La Roya as my bet for the race. Ashley Morgan rides this horse, which I like. I like how it's drawn wide. They've been coming down the middle a little bit at Randwick so far. Had a few excuses last start as well. So La Roya's the one for me, and it's drifting out in price a bit. I am going to have a little saver on the favourite Surfs Up. I don't normally like backing two horses in the same race, but I am going to have a little saver bet on Surfs Up, because I also think that horse is in with a very good chance, being ridden by Zach Lloyd, and has drawn right next to La Roja in the car park. So my bet for race 6 at Randwick is going to be La Roja for the main result, and then a little saver to get money back on Surfs Up. In terms of having access to the chat in the live stream, it's going to be a bit on and off, because I've got a few screens going with stuff I've got to do. So if I don't get to all your chat messages, I do apologise, but I'll try my best to look at the chat as much as possible. And in amongst these races within the next 30 minutes, I'm going to try and outline a few, I'm going to do quaddies for all 4 states that we take a look at, and put them down the bottom right of the screen when I draft up those quaddies, and then I'll probably put them up on the Sportsbet feed as well to make it easier, and we can all just have a bit of fun and ride home the quaddie together. I'm just going to put this, or my bet on, for race 6 at Randwick. Let me know who you're with in race 6 at Randwick. Do you agree with me on La Roja? Do you like another horse in the race? Maybe Surfs Up? What are we thinking? Because Surfs Up is now the clear favourite, and La Roja has always been the clear second favourite. The one they've come for, I'll just update this market on screen. Just Glamorous is now into $9, so a bit of a go there for Joseph Pride. How good pudding, says Adzi. Yes, it was a very good win. It was very much an on-speed dominated race. Banker's Choice speared to the front and set a pretty good pace in the early part of the race, and then really slowed it up at around the 800. And a horse like Pudding, who just let Banker's Choice go for the early part and didn't have to do much work to get up near it in run, about half a length away from it at about the 600, Pudding didn't have to do that much work at all, and when Banker's Choice fell in a hole late, it was Pudding that came over the top. Chocolates and Gilded Water did nothing. Chocolates was a bit far back. The run wasn't totally disappointing, but Gilded Water's run was very disappointing. They were going on about on racing.com how Gilded Water looked disinterested heading out to the start, so don't know how to read that. But anyway, very disappointing Gilded Water. We'll see if anything comes up in the stewards report. And Chocolates was a bit far back, but Pudding was a very good result. We're about 3 minutes away from this race at Randwick, and La Roja just keeps on drifting. It's out to $8.50 now, and that's good enough for me. I have some of that. And then I'll also have a saver on Surfs Up. So let me know who you're with in race 6 at Randwick. And after this race, it'll be Doomben, where I like zealously, and then a bit of an even race at Sandown, where Shining Smile was my on-top selection from the preview. Out to $9.50 now, La Roja. What's going on? No one's backing it, I don't think. It's back into $9 now. The market's changing a lot in these last stages. Get these bets on. Razzle's on Delicious. Oh, no, he's not. He backed it last start and hopes it doesn't win. You know what that means? It's going to win, Razzle. It's going to win. So I will be half commentating the races, just in case some of you aren't able to see the races at the same time as my stream. And in any little break that I get, I'll try and outline a quaddie, and then put it on the screen down the bottom right for Randwick, Murray Bridge, Sandown, and also Doomben. So I'll almost get the race up now because we're pretty close to a start. And we'll see who comes out on top. La Roja for me, and now we've got about $10 to find out. Sydney, they usually run 2 or 3 minutes past starting time on purpose, so there's no real rush in getting the race up by the race time. And I'm just in the background here outlining a bit of a quaddie, so don't mind me. I'll commentate the race a little bit, this next one at Randwick, and we'll see if any of my horses do anything. La Roja with a little saver on Surfs Up, and Waku, Just Glamorous, and also DeClichy Boulevard has been very solid in the market. So La Roja's not even in the top 4 betting anymore, and the rain is absolutely thumping down in Sydney. So that's not surprising, is it? It's not surprising at all. As I just flick my head between screens trying to look at what I've got on this screen, which is my quaddie selections, to get the quaddie up and going for Randwick at the moment. And then, because Randwick is the first, that's when the quaddie starts. Randwick starts first compared to Doomben, Murray Bridge and Sandown for the quaddies. So just outline some numbers and then I'll put them up on the screen when I can, and maybe you guys can give me some feedback and tell me if I've missed out on any. So they're almost 2 minutes past start time at Randwick. Surf's Up's just moving into the outside now, and it looks like they're set for a start. In the driving rain, it's a soft 7. It probably gets worse by the end of the day. And they're off. So the favourite Surf's Up from the outside jumped quite well, and Just Glamorous, who was really well backed, it's also right up there too. Who else we got? La Roja looks like it's way off the track, trying to get on the back of Giri Jala. And where's that other horse, Waku Waku? I think it's back last on the inside, and the other horse who's been well backed, Declici Boulevard, is back with it. So, and the favourite Surf's Up's 3 wide, third last, following La Roja, who's 3rd wide, momentarily had cover, but now it's 3 wide the trip. You probably want to be out in that part of the track anyway, so I guess it's not a total disadvantage. So they're at the 450 now, and Sister Shay's going to lead them into the straight. Just Glamorous has gone right up along the inside, but it's on the worst part of the track. La Roja's trying to get into its work, and Surf's Up's right down the middle. Giri Jala might hit the front. Surf's Up and La Roja are coming with their runs. Giri Jala in front. Declici Boulevard back to the inside, got the split. Didn't go around a horse, and Declici Boulevard takes the win from La Roja, who ran second. And then in for third, we had Surf's Up. So my 2 horses have run second and third. Not surprising. We'll move on now to Doomben race 5, where my bet in the race is Zealously. How did everyone go in that race? Any good? Tuning in from the car, says Hugh. Thank you very much for tuning in. Just get my streams sorted out with the next race. Zealously, that's a big Zealously. It'll be my bet for the race. Make sure it's in there. Switch this to Doomben race 5 at 2:03, and we're all set up for the next race. Easy as that. So I do like Zealously in this next race. I thought its first up win was very good, and I'm hoping that hoping it can do it again, being fitter for that first up run. I'll quickly put the Randwick quaddie numbers on the screen and see what we all think. I'll quickly type that out. Matt feels for me for those 2 placings. It happens. That winner was well backed late, and it carried the number 1 saddle cloth, so it obviously had a bit of class on its side. And it doesn't mind a wet track either, Declici Boulevard. So there's the Sydney quaddie on the screen. Let me know if anything needs changing from that. I'll quickly put a bet on Zealously. So does everyone have a bet for this next race at Doomben, I will be on Zealously. It's currently about $3.10. And while that's going on, I'll outline a bit of a Doomben quaddie as well. We're only about 50 seconds away from start time, so I've got to put the bet on sooner rather than later. Just under 2 hours away from the main feature, which is the Doomben Cup. Will Pride of Jenny do it? I don't think so. I like Birdman. So my bet's on Zealously. Flying Destiny for the place, says Blue Hawkeye. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. I did add in Zealously this morning as a unit play, and that's the only horse I've added in this morning. So if Zealously wins, I make a profit. And if it gets beat, I'm going to have to rely on Birdman. So there's a bit riding on this. And I'll quickly just get my Doomben quaddie numbers down so that we can analyse and whatever. Yeah, let me know about that Sydney quaddie, if anything needs adding, if anything needs taking away. I think Doomben, the quaddie at Doomben looks, I was going to say it looks easier. I'm not sure about that, because there's a tough race, race 7, which I think is a staying race for the 3-year-olds. It's just a nightmare to try and work out. So I'll have a few in that leg and try and narrow it down a bit for some of the other legs. So we're about a minute past start time for this next race at Doomben, and they're only just moving in now. The last race at Doomben is an absolute lottery. Might have to get some help from you guys, because the last race at Doomben is a lottery. Let me know your quaddie numbers for the last race at Doomben, because I have no idea. No idea. But yeah, the Randwick quaddie at the moment is 240 combos. As we're ready for the Chief De Beers at Doomben, Zealously runs favourite. They're racing. Zealously's jumped out in the middle of the line. There's a good early go for the lead. It's one of the Derby racing horses that might go to the front, and Zealously is going to get the outside leader position. It's Golden Boom, actually, that goes to the front. The main danger in betting Hidden Wealth is way off the track, but it looks like it's got some cover 3 wide. Zealously settling outside the leader. Flying Destiny is settling in the 1 out, 1 back position with a nice bit of cover. Rounding the corner with about 400 to go. Golden Boom leads them into the straight. Zealously on its outside. Flying Destiny off their backs. Hidden Wealth's going to come with a late run. Zealously hasn't got past Golden Boom yet. Flying Destiny, who's this? Parade from the backs running on. Zealously in front, but not for long. Flying Destiny. Soft Love is absolutely flying, but it's going to be Flying Destiny that gets the win over Soft Love and Parade. We had someone in the chat that said, it was Blue Hawkeye that said Flying Destiny for the place. I hope you had a little bit on the win as well, because it was a nice price for the win at about $9. Flying Destiny takes out the Chief De Beers, and we're going to go to Sandown race 5 is our next race. Update all my stuff again with Sandown now here. And the horse that I had on top was Shining Smile from the preview. So I'll get that up. That was a very even race there at Doomben. There was a close finish, and Soft Love, I think, was paying double figures and almost got the win as well. Shining Smile at a bit of a price is the horse I'm going to have on top. Good morning from England, says Gaz. Well, good morning to you. Hopefully we can back some winners because I've had 2 losers already. So this next race at Sandown is only 2 minutes away, in fact, so a bit of a quick turnaround. I'm probably not going to back Shining Smile. Oh, we had another one in the chat. Mr. Sherwoods was on Flying Destiny Each Way. Well done. I might as well just listen to you guys at this point. Got more winners than me already. So if that Sydney quaddie looks good, I'll put it on and chuck it on the Sportsbet feed, and I'll also try and get this Queensland quaddie up and going as well, but I have no idea who to pick in the last. Might just go the field, but then I don't really want to. How long after the race finishes you can show the race? Well, I can't show the race because I don't have the privileges or the rights. That's why I'm just reacting to them. I've got the market up and half commentating them as well, just in case there's someone out there that's watching my stream and can't see the live race. I might just, I don't know what to do in this last race at Doomben for the quaddie. I'm just going to go the field and hope something at a massive price does something. It's a better way of looking at it. The favourite is Actuality for this race, and Razzle's on Actuality. Who's everybody on in this race at Sandown? There looks like there's going to be a little delay. So while that delay is happening, I'll quickly get a Sandown quaddie outlined. Actually, I'll put the Doomben quaddie on here as well, while I've got a bit of time. Brisbane quaddie. Hoping for some winners by the end of the day. Should get some. I hope to get some. Already been close with La Roja Surfs Up. Now we just need one to get over the line and win. Oh, that's big. Apologies for the jump scare if you were looking at the screen, then just saw this big writing appear. Brisbane quaddie in the bottom right. So that's the quaddie I've got outlined for Brisbane. And I'll quickly get on to Sandown. Still nowhere near because of this delay. No Vic picnics on today? No, there's no picnics on today. The picnic racing season is finished, but the picnic awards night is on tonight. So that's the last picnic-related thing that's happening for this season. We'll be back again on Cox Plate Day at Alexandra or Champions Day at Balnarring. Harry got Styles landmark. Razzle's got a bounding in the last race at Doomben. Maybe just go Harry's Yacht and a bounding, and try and nail it. Good afternoon from Wellington. We're getting a wide range of a wide variety of where the viewers are tuned in at the moment. Good afternoon, Jeffrey. Harry got Styles each way for Mr. Sherwoods, who said Flying Destiny each way last race. So if you trust Mr. Sherwoods, you might as well jump on Harry got Styles. This market hasn't changed too much. Actuality, the clear favourite. I'll quickly outline something from Sandown. So Shining Smile for me, but not too confident. At its best, I think it can win. Yeah, so far, no winners, just La Roja and Surfs Up second, third, and I think Zealously finished fourth in the end, so need to bounce back. I'm hoping one of these quaddies lands because I never get quaddies. I try to be too greedy and just go too skinny most of the time to try and get a big payout. When in reality, I should probably just do the smart thing, and that's load up most legs with a decent amount of selections and see how it goes, I guess. 1, 5, 7, 8, 15. They're still doing work on this horse behind the scenes, Dream Zell, so there is a big delay. I've got to get on this. I've got to get on this next Murray Bridge race, and also the quaddie. But this delay is pushing everything. Winner's Edge, Margot's Deal. Is that running here? Must be running at a different state. Bobo says, I told you Arabian Rose will win. Did you take it? I didn't, but you're going to probably be on top of the ladder of the Fan Cup after this week, mate, so well done to you. Do you have Doomben Quaddie? It's in the very bottom right, and if you don't want to take the field in race 9, just take numbers 8 and 11. LeByron says, hi Sam, hello. Yeah, but the times you go super wide for quaddies, 4 favourites win. That is true. That is true. And I hope it's not today. I just hope, I dream of landing a big 50-1 roughie. I don't have too many 50-1 roughies in my quaddies today, but that's what I dream of. And then jagging a quaddie that pays $1,000 or whatever. So race 5 Sandown set to go. And they're away. Shining Smile off the inside and Harry got Styles weren't the best to go. Dream Zell shows good speed with Hello Romeo and Katsu. Winner's Edge from the deep is trying to find a position on speed. In actuality, looks like it's going to get a good run in behind them. Mark Dell just got heavily checked from Winner's Edge, who got heavily checked. Shining Smile's kept the inside here, but it's the inferior ground at the moment at Sandown. They come down the dip at the 400 metres. Harry got Styles is in front. Katsu, Shining Smile still there. Dream Zell. Actuality down the outside is ready to pounce with a Hello Romeo winding up in Winner's Edge. And back to the inside. Who's this? Is that Landmark in the club colours? Dream Zell's coming at it. Dream Zell for flying start at a big price has bowled them all over. Dream Zell at about $21 has won race number 5 at Sandown. And that was a good win, that. Sat on speed. It was a little bit wide around that corner, but you don't need to be hard up against the inside that shoot start. Definitely not. So we'll get on to this next race at Murray Bridge, and then I've got to quickly jump ship to Randwick. This next race in Murray Bridge, who have I got? Just got to check who I've written down for this next race at Murray Bridge. Fearless Freddy's the one. I'll be with Fearless Freddy in this next race at Morphettville. I think that Kayla Crowther's riding it. Kayla Crowther's a good jockey. I'm hoping they push forward from this wide gate at Murray Bridge. I'm hoping they push forward with Fearless Freddy. That's the only reason that I'm going to back it. But my laptop is being so slow at the moment. Yeah, if I stay silent at times, it means I'm doing something and I'm focusing on it because I need to do it in a certain amount of time because there's quick turnarounds to these races. I will back Fearless Freddy. If you've got a bet in Murray Bridge, let me know who you're on, if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. I'll be on Freddy. Okay, so we got 2.25 minutes until the race. I'm going to quickly back Fearless Freddy. I'm going to quickly put on this Randwick quaddie. Actually, I'll do it on here. It's faster on here. Now, I can't see the chat messages at the moment or probably for the next 5 minutes. So if you have typed something and you're waiting for me to get to it, I'll come back as soon as possible. Once we put on all the quaddies and that, it'll calm down a lot more and I'll be able to chat with some of you guys a lot more. But at the moment, it's a bit hectic. I'm trying to put bets on and change the computer and all that sort of stuff. Put this Fearless Freddy bet on. Probably put both quaddies on. I'm just going to go those 2 horses, Doomben race 9, 8 Abounding and 11 Harry's Yacht, just so we don't have a massive combination amount. And hopefully just try and jag it. There's only 9 minutes until the next race at Randwick, so if you do want to jump on the quaddie and don't want to have to write out all the selections for yourself, I will be putting them up on the Sportsbet feed if you guys want to have a look. I've got Lay Vampire in this first leg at Randwick and leaving out the favourite King of the Sea, so we might be out in the first leg. Probably will be, but if Lay Vampire wins at 80-1, I'll be getting excited. We've got a few roughies in race 8. Then in race 9 at Randwick, we've got Amazing Eagle, Silver Wedding, Prima Bella, leaving out the favourite Snack Bar. Race 10, Stay Focused, Mr. Chaplin, King Tut, and Winston Hills. So that quaddy's on, and I'll quickly put it on the feed. So I've just put it on the feed now, so if you guys want to jump on, have a look at it. And they might be just about ready to jump. Race 2 at the bridge, so I'll quickly get that up as well. And then it'll be straight over to Randwick. Still mauling around the back. We're ready to go. Murray Bridge race 5. Very even race. And they're often racing. So I haven't checked the chat since that Sandown race. So if you do like something, I'm sorry I haven't seen it. They went straight to the back with Fearless Freddy, and that's what I hoped they wouldn't do. So that's my bet gone. The only reason I backed it was because I was hoping they'd roll forward. So it's going to be very unlikely to win now. But they are going along at a very, very good pace set by Placo. We've got 1,000 to go, and Placo's the leader by about 3 lengths on Lario, and then 5 further back to I Catch 'Em Fox. Fearless Freddy isn't even on the screen. That's how wide apart these runners are. 700 to go. Placo coming back to them a bit. They haven't actually gone that fast in front in terms of the times, but the field's well strung out. Fearless Freddy's still last at the 500 metres and about 9 lengths off the leader, which is Placo. Placo with Lario on its outside. I Catch 'Em Fox off their back is starting to run on, and Fearless Freddy the widest. Lario has gotten to Placo, starts now running on. Fearless Freddy down the outer. I Catch 'Em Fox. What a finish. Lario stuck the nose out. I Catch 'Em Fox. Fearless Freddy missed by a nose. Oh. Fearless Freddy has got beat by a nose. It was 3 lengths off the leaders at the 100. It's absolutely flown home late. Oh well. That's racing. That is racing. But we move on. Randwick race 7 now. I do like a horse in this race, and I'm going to back it, and its name is Rhoda Giller. I like this horse, Rhoda Giller, in this next race at Randwick. I'm going to be on it. Quickly check the chat, just in case some of you are wondering what's happening. Yeah, nothing major. All right, I'll keep going and update the graphics of the stream. But my laptop just goes so slow because it's got so many things up at once. Hopefully we can get past this first quaddy leg at Randwick, and that'll at least give us some hope, but I have left out the hot favourite King of the Sea. Didn't think it was worth including at that price, just, yeah, thought it was too short even to throw in the quaddy. So we're now up to Randwick race 7. Randwick race 7, no longer Fearless Freddy. Change that to Rhodogilla. There we go. There's Rhodogilla. I like it. Someone has it in the Fan Cup as well, so I hope it gets up. So I'll put a bet on Rhodogilla. It's paying $7 at the moment. So that's on. And I'll quickly put on the Doomben Quaddie while I'm at it. And then you guys can jump on the feed if you want to ride home the Quaddie together. Panito and our Queen in the first leg. And then in the second leg, Single Red, Soverato, Grand Omaha, Zuleika, Chispa, and Crathy Kirk. And then in the Doomben Cup, Birdman, Pride of Jenny, Leaving Out Half Yours. And then in the last, Abounding for Razzle and Harry's Yacht, I think's in with a good chance as well. So that's on. So I've put that up on the Sportsbet feed if anyone wants to jump on the Doomben Quaddie. I'll quickly do Sandown while I'm at it. And then hopefully by the time I do Sandown, we'll be ready for Randwick. So Sandown in the first leg, Caleo, Bella Verona, Berlamont, and Keep It Real at 60-1. Sandown race 7, Angry Skies, Narbold, Sly Boots, Nation's Call. Race 8, Recon, El Rocco, Grid Girl, Miss Aria, King Zephyr. And then in race 9, Coast Watch at $67, Road Cone, Test of Love, Raikoki, and Duchess Zoo. So I'll put that on the Sportsbet feed and put it up on the screen in a moment's time, just while I put all these on. And then in the meantime, I'll outline a Murray Bridge Quaddie. Get the chat back up quickly. Someone's on my Quaddie. Thank you. Like the 7 in Randwick, that is the Stars in Their Eyes. Should go well. Had 100 on Freddie for a place. Oh, that's even better, Hugh. Well done. Quinella secured, says Pavington. Must have got the Quinella. All right, I'll get this race up at Randwick so I don't miss it. And then in the meantime, I'm going to outline a Murray Bridge Quaddie, and then when that's done, it's smooth sailing and I'll be able to relax a bit more. But at the moment, it's just a bit hectic going from screen to screen, putting bets on, doing this and that. Hopefully Rhodogilla. Oh, they're almost ready for a start. This is rare for Sydney. Although one jockey's off their mount. So hopefully nothing wrong there. That is Stars in Their Eyes, who's being loaded riderless. Almost set for a start here at Randwick. They're racing. Stars in Their Eyes jumped out really well. Tazima misses the kick. The favourite King of the Sea was out midfield. As they go around that first corner, where are all the key chances? Rhodogilla is On speed on the fence, about 6 on the inside at the moment. King of the Sea is on that horse's outside, and King of the Sea is following Stars in Their Eyes. Tazima is back last the fence. They've got about 1,400 metres to go. I'm the Empire leads them. And they've really relaxed the speed. Les Vampire, my 80-1 roughie for the quaddie, is in the box seat. Stars in Their Eyes, 5th, 1 off the fence. Rhodogilla being relegated back to 8th along the inside, with King of the Sea on the outside of Rhodogilla. Tazima last the fence, will need everything to go right to win, but might just do what Declishi Boulevard did last race, to be honest. I hope it does. I'm the Empire leads them currently. Les Vampire has leaders back. King of the Sea yet to be let off the chain. Now it is. Rhodogilla needs some luck on the fence. Stars in Their Eyes, about to peel wider. Tazima's going to shoot through along the fence. Rhodogilla just needs to get through here, and it's going to be some sort of a hope. Who's going to win here? Hurricane's taking the front. Stars in Their Eyes out after it. Now King of the Sea is getting a wriggle on. And Tazima back along the fence. Stars in Their Eyes, Tazima, King of the Sea out wide. Are we going to be out in the first leg of the quaddie? Tazima holds on. Okay. Whew. Tazima wins. I didn't back it, but we're still in the quaddie, and I think it paid about $9. So I'm all right with that. I'm happy with that. All right. So if anyone, I can't say the chat at the moment. If anyone backed Tazima, well done. It says it's a photo finish on the screen at the moment, but I thought Tazima won quite comfortably. This next race in Sydney, Queensland. I'm not going to put anything on the screen. It was closer than I thought, but Tazima gets the win. And this next race at Doomben, I'm not going to back anything, but I thought Panito and Our Queen were the two best hopes in the race. So I could back them both, but backing two horses and they're both under $5, I just don't really want to. So no bet for me here. It gives me a chance to update some of these things on screen. Tazima was a shorter price than what I thought. So I'll get that Sydney quaddie out the way and replace it with a Melbourne quaddie, and I'll quickly get this Murray Bridge trifecta out. Not trifecta, quaddie out the way. Quickly check the chat. Was anyone on Tazima? Anyone on Tazima? Doesn't look like it. Tomato Toasty in the next for Razzle. We'll see how it goes. It's an even race. I've only taken Panito and Our Queen in the quaddie, so going to need to be perfect to get through this first leg in Brisbane. Only 48 combos for my Brisbane quaddie. I'll quickly change some of this around while I'm at it. $8 and $11 in Brisbane. How am I going to do this? There's the Brisbane quaddie there. And quickly outline the Melbourne quaddie. My phone is stalling, so that's good. Won't be able to see this next race at Doomben. Melbourne quaddie. quickly get that on the screen. All building up to the feature, which I'm actually really excited about, the Doomben Cup. I think it's going to be a brilliant race, and wouldn't be surprised if any of the three favourites won. I don't think it'll be Jenny's day today. There's the Melbourne quaddie on the screen. I'm going to have to watch the race on this device because my other one's just not handling it. Alright, we're a minute away from start time here at Doomben. Any market moves? Looks like Tomato Toasty is the new favourite, just ahead of Panito. This iPad's stalling as well. Not going to be able to see this race. Maybe I'm doing too much work and it's all just open. Tomato Toasty holding favouritism. Yeah, so reiterating what I said before, if I had to have a bet in this race, I'd probably stake Panito and Our Queen the same. It's the only two I've got in the quaddie as well, so we'll see how they go. It's hard to stake two horses that are under $5 though, because even if one of them wins, you're not getting that big of a return, which is why I rarely back two horses in the one race. So it'll be interesting to see who wins this one. And while that's happening, I'll quickly see if I can get a Murray Bridge quaddie up and going. That'll be the last of the quaddies that I put on, and just hoping for one quaddie. That's all I hope. So I never get quaddies, I just hope that I get one out of the four. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Randwick quaddie's 240 combos, Doomben quaddie is 48, Sandown 400, which is a lot, and then just working out how many combos this Murray Bridge quaddie is. So we're about a minute and a half past start time for Doomben. So my Murray Bridge quaddie at the moment is $360 combos. That's a bit too much. Now it is somewhere between 250 and 300, I think, and I'll put that on as soon as I can. Blinded by the Light moves up to the outside. We're ready for race 6 at Doomben, and we're away. Our Queen off the inside was midfield away. Panito was one of the worst to begin. Tomato Toasty jumps out quite well. It's going to settle in a handy position. Blinded by the Light, another favourite, has gone back to last on the inside. So they try and sort their order out, and at 150 to 1, it's going to be Aratiri who leads them. I'll get up the chat and see what everyone's saying. So they've got about 800 to go. Our Queen is in the box seat. Panito is 5th the fence. Where's Tomato Toasty gone to? It's midfield, one off the inside, I think. Strung up, might need a bit of luck. Blinded by the Light's going to need a lot of luck. So Aratiri's going to lead them into the straight, but how long for? Our Queen on the inside is battling away. Panito's now into the clear. Tomato Toasty needs to lift. Our Queen, Hyperbolic, Panito running on, blinded by the light right up on the inside, and right down the outside, Pippi Beach. Panito strikes the front. Hyperbolic kicks back, but Panito gets the win. I should have backed it. I said I was going to back both, didn't I? But that's racing. Again, that's racing. Panito wins. We're still in the quaddie, which is good. I can get rid of that now. Move the Melbourne quaddie over here. All right, let's get ready for this next race at Sandown. Sandown race 6 in 3 minutes. Who was I going to back here? Bella Verona, but the one that I want to back at a big price. I said in my preview Bella Verona on top, but there's one horse that I want to back at a big price at $81. And that is Keep It Real, who's the outsider of the field. Keep It Real I want to back at $81. Why? Well, it ran in the Bendigo Guineas last start and didn't disgrace itself. It's back in class here. It's up in distance. And Luke Cartwright claims 1.5 to get it down to the 52.5 kilos, so I thought, why not? At 81. I'm going to have something on it each way, and we've got it in the quaddie, so if it happens to get up, it's going to be happy days. My phone's playing up at the moment, so I currently cannot see the chat. Just try and get this graphic going. Where am I? There I am. The races turn around at a quick rate when you're trying to do everything fast. Make this Sandown race 6 at 2:45. So at $91, I'm just going to have something very minuscule on Keep It Real. So we're about to tick past starting time. So they're moving in. Bella Verona, the clear favourite. I'll try and see who everyone's with in this next race, but I currently cannot see the chat. So we're all set for this next race at Sandown, and they're away. Keep It Real off the inside was the last to leave the gates. Bella Verona has jumped out quite well and pushing forward. Kaleo's up there too. Seriously Hot from the deep is coming across. So they try and sort their order out here. I'm just about to put the SA quaddie up as well. There it is. I'll quickly put that on after this race and then put it on the feed, and then we're done for quaddies. Finally. So they've got 1,000 metres to go. The speed doesn't look like it's that genuine in front, being set by Seriously Hot. Got numbers 5, 9, 10 and 14 in the quaddie. Bella Verona is 3 wide, I think. Yeah, 3 wide with some cover. 600 to go. Seriously Hot found 2 lengths on Gazzarati, who sits in second. High Vol back to the inside. Kaleo, now Bella Verona, hooks to the outside. Seriously Hot might be off and gone with it here. Seriously Hot's opening up. Kaleo down the outside gives chase. Bella Verona, but they're still a long way off Seriously Hot. Looks like Willow's on the leader here. Kaleo, Gazzarati knuckling down. Seriously Hot's getting weary. Here comes Kaleo. Seriously Hot's holding on. It's kicked again, and it's won. Seriously Hot beats Kaleo, and Bella Verona might have got third. Maybe. Kaleo was paying $15. That would have been a great start to the quaddie, but we are out of the Melbourne quaddie. Out of the Melbourne quaddie, Seriously Hot and Craig Williams has knocked us out. So there's that gone. Move the SA quaddie over to the middle because that's the only one we're focusing on at the moment. I'll get the chat up as soon as I can, but my phone's being an absolute pain at the moment and I cannot see what's going on. Quickly get Murray Bridge up before I do that. So Murray Bridge race 6 is an interesting one. I'm backing another one at crazy odds here because I just think it's way too big. There's a hot favourite in the race. But the horse I want to back is actually the outsider, Simply Luscious, at 100 to 1. I know it's not going to win, but I just think it's just way too big of a price considering it loves to roll forward and it only has the 52 kilos on its back. And although I do think it's an outsider, it's just too big of a price in my opinion. So I'm going to have something on Simply Luscious. And then got to get the SA quaddie on ASAP. And once I'm done that, I can focus a bit more on the chat. Can't really complain. Still in the Sydney quaddie, still in the Queensland quaddie, and just got to get through this first leg of the SA quaddie. I've just taken the favourite at $1.80 and my outsider because, yeah, if the favourite wins and we have too many combos, it's not going to pay much at all. There's the image there. Remove, keep it real, quickly add in. The quaddie for South Australia will be posted to the Sportsbet feed really, really, really soon. I still haven't got the bet on yet. After I update this, I will. So just getting it on now, and that'll be all done. So 240 combos for the Murray Bridge quaddie. That's on. Quickly post it to the Sportsbet feed. All right, Murray Bridge quaddie is officially on the Sportsbet feed. What time is this Murray Bridge race on? 5 minutes. So, what, 2:55 for Murray Bridge race 6. There we go. All right. Where's the chat? Haven't seen it for a while. Is everyone still alive? How's everyone? How's everyone doing? Winning day or not really? Probably get the Randwick and Queensland quaddies back on the bottom right of the screen in a second, just because we're still alive. Don't think I have the favourite in the next race at Randwick either, Spioni. This favourite Streetcar Fury is into $1.75. Churbs with Glad You Think So. I hope it wins because I've got it in the quaddie. Shocking Ride on Fave had to be on the speed on Sandown. Yeah, well, I'm surprised it was 3 wide because it had cover, so it was all right. But considering it drew gate 3, you don't see that too often. It was in the best ground, just couldn't pick it up. Razzle backed the Budgie Smuggler earlier, so just ahead. If you're just ahead, that's a good result. I wish I was just ahead. Not to be so far today, but we've got the quaddies to excite us, and also been pretty close. I mean, La Roja second, Fearless Freddy second. That was about it. Zealously ran 4th, but that was nowhere near in the end. As long as Birdman wins, I don't care what... I don't care how any of the other results go. About 2 minutes away from the start here at Murray Bridge. Just trying to think if I've forgotten to do anything. Forgot to put a bet on, forgot to put a quaddie on. I think now that the quaddies are on, we're in the clear to half relax. I'll get the Sydney quaddie back up. Just get the Sydney quaddie back up on screen while I think of something to do because we're still in. Got to type out all the numbers again. I deleted them before. So I'll get the Randwick quaddie back up. There we go. Who's typing in the chat like that? You're not going to do that for much longer. You are banned, my friend. Silly person. Name was silly as well. One thing, our tip's going better than the Bombers. Yeah, I didn't really want to think about the Bombers today, to be honest, Razzle. But I'm still in our. I'm still repping the jumper, even though we're not going much worse at the moment. Yeah, just the whole club's a shambles. Whole club's a shambles from our training facilities to team selection to game day. It's just all so unprofessional. And last night we lost to a team that almost had to get 20 blokes off Facebook Marketplace to play. It's just an awful watch. We couldn't score. Like, it was no good. It was no fun. But next week we got West Coast, which is half winnable, but over there I'm a little bit more scared. Yeah, it's frustrating. So at 100 to 1, I have backed this horse right down the bottom. 52 kilos, goes forward from the gate. Probably should be half that price in my opinion, maybe about $51. But anyway, it's out to 126 now, so I got unders. So they're about 10 seconds away from a start here at Murray Bridge. If anyone's got a bet for this race at Murray Bridge, then let me know in the chat. For the quaddie, I'm pretty much going one out on this favourite Streetcar Fury, who's at $1.80, because if it wins, the quaddie won't pay a great deal. But if the 14 gets up at 126, then we might be on. It might be game on. I'm hoping to get past the first leg in most quaddies. And this is the first leg at Murray Bridge, over 900. Field is right and away. So my roughie from the outside has jumped away pretty well. Streetcar Fury is trying to slot in for cover about midfield. Might get it on the back of my 120-1 roughie. Streetcar Fury, is it struggling to corner? It's under hard riding already. Shimshala leads them into the straight. Streetcar Fury's been under the pump for the whole race. I'm not sure about this favourite. Simply Luscious at the 300 metres has actually hit the front, but not for long. Streetcar Fury starting to knuckle down. But it might be too late, because this horse up on the inside has knocked us out of the quaddie. It's coming home now, Streetcar Fury, but it's all over. Who was that? Real Deluxe? Is that what it's named? Real Deluxe for Stacey Metcalf. And who's that trainer? Irwin has got the win. There's been a lot of horses that I've watched so far on this stream that have snuck up the fence and won. Back the 7 in Murray Bridge. I can't remember what that was, Mr. Sherwood's, but didn't finish in the top 2 because Real Deluxe beat Streetcar Fury, who we needed for the quaddie, but it's just it was off the track the whole way, and it was under the pump from a long way out. It never really looked like winning until the last 100, where it knuckled down a bit but couldn't get there in the end. So I'm going to replace this SA quaddie with the Brisbane quaddie numbers, because we're still in the quaddie up there. So I've got 6 in the next leg in Brisbane. I've got 5 in the next leg in Sydney. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. Get that Brisbane quaddie back up. Still in these 2 quaddies. Got through the first leg. You think Birdman can finally catch Jenny? Well, I thought that last start, Christos, and he nearly did, but just Jenny was often gone over that distance, and Birdman couldn't get to it. But over 2,000 today, I think Jenny comes undone. Whether that brings Birdman undone as well off the back of a Jenny pace, it might. Not too sure, but even half, it might set up for half yours to win today. So it's going to be a fascinating contest. I'm not going to have a bet in this next race at Randwick. I think it's very even. Don't even have Spione in the Quaddy, which is the favourite, or God's Window. So that'll probably be the horses to knock us out. We have got, who have we got in the quaddy? We've got Shadizi, the 300, Asgarda, Glad You Think So, and Until Valhalla. In the driving rain. So I think, so Shadizi's about $12, Asgarda's about 15, Until Valhalla 27, Glad You Think So 5, and the 300 11. So really, if Spione gets beat, we could be on with some value. I'm not too sure of the price Tazima paid in the end for that last race, but hopefully it's all right. Who's Razalon? Makusha each way at Echuca. I just turned Echuca off, so I'm not sure how that horse went, Razzle. You can probably tell me if it won in the chat. Spione back. Well, you can if you want. I'm not going to back it. It's got the light weight. It'll be in the right part of the track. It's third up, so I can see why people are on it. I probably just should have included it in the quaddy anyway, but I already had too many combos, so I just had to stick to my guns and the numbers that I already wrote down. Cherb must have been on Real Deluxe there. So I'm glad you think so in this next race. 2 minutes away from start time in Sydney. I should check at some point how the football's going. Who's playing in the football at the moment? I think the Swans are playing, aren't they? Has anyone in the chat got the football scores at the moment? God's Window for Maticus. I really hope it doesn't win, mate, because I haven't got it in the quaddy. Neither, or I don't have Spione either. So look, for your sake, I hope it wins, but yeah, I don't have it, so I'm barracking against it. The tab market mover is Ruby Flyer. Big go, 17 into 14. That's real smart money there. Goth Kid is backing Jamboree. That is a roughie, I'm pretty sure. What price is Jamboree? What number is Jamboree? It's Jamboree it's in number 15 in this race. It's not even on the screen of the top 8 in the market, so you might be onto something there, mate. I hope to see it run well, but hopefully run second to Until Valhalla. Or one of the roughies. So it'll be this race at Randwick, and then after that we've got Doomben race 7, which is that staying race contest for those 3-year-olds, where it was a very even race, and I actually put 6 in the quaddy in that leg, so gone a bit wide, and then we've got, you can see it on the screen, 6 in that leg, and then it'll be back to Sandown for Nation's Call was my on top selection in the preview, so should hopefully go to the front and give a sight. Mr. Sherwood's God's Window. Makusha runs 4th. Razzle found the next in Sydney too hard. I did as well. I'm not going to have a bet. I'm hoping for this quaddy to pull through, because like I said before, I never jag quaddies, and I'm hoping to get at least 1 out of the 4 today, but after the first leg, we're only in 2 out of the 4. So I guess I'd be disappointed if we went out in the second leg for both Sydney and Brisbane, considering got 5 selections in Sydney and 6 selections in Brisbane. But then, the selections are a bit narrower for the last 2 legs. So they're moving into line for this next race at Randwick over the 1,600 metres. I'm pretty sure it's a benchmark 94 or something close to it. No bet for me in the race. I still haven't backed a winner yet since we've started the stream, and when we did those Pakenham Friday night Watchalongs, I didn't back a winner at all in them. So I'm pretty much batting at 0 from 15. And I don't have a bet in this next one. I won't have a bet in the next race in Queensland because that's just too hard. And then at Sandown, I tip Nation's Call, but I'm not going to back it. So it'll be a while till I actually back another horse. It's probably the next race at Murray Bridge from memory where I had one. I think that might have been Palm of Jumeirah's race. I think I'm going to back Palm of Jumeirah in that one. So the market late in the piece, God's Window very solid. Spione's been a slight drifter. Glad You Think So hasn't really budged, and the rest are all at double figures. So we're set for a start. Randwick race 8. Track downgraded to a heavy 8 since race 7 on the card. The light flashing, the gates back and they're away. God's Window straight out the back early, and Spione is 5th last early in the piece until Valhalla's right up there on speed with the 300. Asgarda looking for some cover, but it's really wide on the track. Glad You Think So's 3 wide at the moment. Shadizi's around midfield with a bit of cover. Spione's ended up way back last from the gate, and God's Window is going to try and do a Declici Boulevard, Tazima and Real Deluxe and go straight up along the inside and win. The pace is good here. The pace is good. Should set it up for a Spione and God's Window, to be honest. Hopefully Shadizi. Jamboree leads them until Valhalla and the 300 are just in behind the leaders in 3rd and 4th. They've got about 600 metres to go. Jamboree still leads them. Spione would spot the leader about 12 lengths. The 300 has now pulled out 3 wide to stake its claim. Glad You Think So the same. God's Window yet to be let off the chain. It's going to try and hunt for runs up on the fence. Spione is coming right out to the outside rail. This will be interesting. Yet He Moves has moved up. Spione down the outside. God's Window running on. I don't think I'm going to survive until Valhalla's still there. If it goes past, I'll still be in the quaddie, but it's not going to get there. God's Window right up along the fence. And who's this? Number 7. Has made it interesting, but I think God's Window might have held on and won. The 300's trotting over the line. That was a close finish there. I think God's Window might have got it. Not too sure who the number 7 was. Didn't have it in the quaddie, so we're out of the Sydney quaddie. Surprisingly, we're out of the quaddie again. So that can disappear. Who's got the bob here? God's Win... Oh, that's close. That is close, but God's Window is going to get the win for Mr. Sherwood's, Maticus, and all them in the chat. Well done to all of you boys for that result. Very good judgment. There's so many horses so far today have done that exact same thing, just shot up along the fence and snuck ground. The Roses is our next race up in Queensland. I don't have a bet in this one. Where am I? So good finish to that one at Randwick. Good result to all those who backed. What's its name? God's Window. Adzi says God's Window. Does that mean you backed it? I hope so. Ruby Flyer was the horse that finished second. Didn't have God's Window. Until Valhalla, when I saw it at about the 100 sneaking through, I had that in the quaddie at about 27, so I started to get a little bit excited, but Manicus says, thanks all, you guys are awesome. Well, if we can't back winners, being awesome is better than backing winners. Well done, Adzi, backing God's window as well. Got a lot of winners that have popped up in the chat so far. Does anyone like anything in the next race at Doomben? Adzi, you'd be in front for the day now, wouldn't you? The Godfather strikes. Running out of water. Might need to go get some water soon. What else is there to talk about? There's no quaddies to watch along with anymore. So what else is happening? Oh, the footy. No one gave me any footy scores. I'll go and check that for myself. While I got 5 minutes. So in this next quaddie leg, we've got for Doomben, Single Red, Soverado, Grand Omaha, Zulika, Chispa, and Crathy Kirk. Suns are beating the Kangaroos 13-5-83 to 9-4-58. Jai Simpkin, Matt Rowell and Harry Sheasel all playing well. Looks tough in Doomben, absolutely it does. Sam, I prefer your race calling to the professionals. Oh, thanks for that, Huey. To be honest, and like I said at the start of the stream, I'll partially commentate because some people might be watching my stream and can't see the actual race. So if I was really doing it 100% race calling mode, then maybe I'll be even better than what you think I am. But actually, maybe I might do that for one of the races before the stream ends. 85 up for the day. Still have half yours, King Zephyr and Harry's Yacht. Well, that is good punting, my friend. That is good punting. Fireball miss is a real chance in this race, says Max. I really hope it doesn't win because that means we're out of every quaddie. I hope you've backed it each way, Maxi, because it can run second or third and I won't mind just as long as one of my 6 selections win. Razzles with 1 and 3 in his quaddie. That is, who's that? Single Red and Soverado. Put some faith in OTI. So, some updates from the Bombers' injuries last night. I don't know if you saw this, Razzle, but Andy McGrath will be out until at least our mid-season bye. Matt Guelphy, at least the next 3 games out, hamstring. Sam Durham, concussion, so he'll miss West Coast. Archer May might play this week. That's good. Jai Caldwell will be assessed this week. We withdrew Will Setterfield and Elijah Sardis from today's VFL team as a precaution as we manage list availability for this week. We're getting to the point where we're going to have to go on Facebook Marketplace and recruit all these kids to play. Surely Sardis gets a game. Zach wants to see me commentate the Group 1. Alright, I'll do it. I'll fully just commentate the Group 1. Maticus is on the 3, Soverado. And Adzi wants me to call the Doomben Cup as well. All right, I'll call the Doomben Cup 100% race caller mode. How far are they from the next race at Doomben? Only about a minute. So it doesn't look like we've got too many opinions in this next race. Soverado's popped up a little bit. Fireball miss, Single Red. Doesn't look like Adzi's got a bet in this one. We're just going to wait for King Zephyr and half yours. And Harry's Yacht. Who do you think's better, Autumn Glow or She's Alibi? That is a great question. Autumn Autumn Glow's obviously a very exceptional talent. When she got to 2000 in the Queen Elizabeth, she obviously got beat, and I still think she's pretty much unbeatable at 1600 to that 1400 distance range. The thing with Shiza Alibi is that Shiza Alibi's never been to the 2000 meters. So if they test Shiza Alibi next prep over 2000, let's just say they target the Cox Plate and not the Golden Eagle for some reason, and Shiza Alibi runs over 2000 in a Cox Plate and wins, Shiza Alibi's the better horse overall. But at this stage, with what both horses have done, Shiza Alibi's only ever been to 1600. I'd have to still go with Autumn Glow. Autumn Glow's done it against the boys before. She's done it at weight for age conditions. Shiza Alibi won the Doncaster very well, but it was with no weight on her back. At that distance range, I think Autumn Glow, but if you test both of them over 2000, Shiza Alibi, the way it finishes off that Doncaster at the end of last prep, I reckon Shiza Alibi gets Autumn Glow. Autumn Glow for Max, Autumn Glow for Adzi. She just better over a mile, yeah. Joseph says, "Hey Sam, love your work, brother. Thank you. You sound like a young Matty Hill. Has anybody told you that before?" Someone kind of did. They said I had a nasally voice, which I kind of associate with race callers. But look, I don't really try to sound like him. But when you listen to his voice for every single Saturday and Wednesday for 8 or 9 years straight, it's sort of hard not to. People tell me I sound like Mick Malloy when I'm drunk. If anyone wanted to know that, probably none of you. But yeah. Thanks for the comment, Joseph. She's a hustler for the Cup. Will be interesting to see how she goes up to the 2000 meters. She's a hustler because she only finished 3 lengths off him last start over 1800, and third up to the 2000 meters might be ready. So we're 2 minutes past starting time for the Red Roses, and we're set for a start finally. Chisba runs favourite. The race before the big one, they're away. So Single Red, who is one of the favourites, jumped away midfield, is looking to slot in for some cover, but might just have to roll forward because it'll be caught wide. Grand Omaha's in a prominent position. Soverado's got right back to near enough to last on the fence. My best quaddie result, Zulika, is about third last 3 wide and wanting to overdo it. Got about 1500 to go now, and Single Red might push on with the job. Will do. Eventually gets the front. Fireball Miss. Someone said Fireball Miss in the chat. It's in the 1 out 1 back position. Got the absolute ideal run. Grand Omaha's following it. The Victorian Tantania stuck out 3 wide. No good for those connections. Chisba is just worse than midfield in between horses. Soverado about third last the fence. So Single Red tries to relax the tempo. At the 900, Single Red has relaxed the tempo after doing some early work. There's probably 8 lengths that covers first to last. Probability Theory, who's in the market, is on the outside of Single Red. Tanya has now pushed on 3 wide. Zulika, my big roughie, is starting to get going, which has pushed Grand Omaha out. Single Red, they're catching up to Single Red. Zulika's under the Persuader a long way out. Can it do it for my quaddie? Chisba just needs to get into the clear. The favourite's going to go straight past him. Grand Omaha, Probability Theory's gone up to Single Red. Gee, Single Red needs to lift here because it's my only quaddie hope. Grand Omaha trying to run on. Fireball Miss up the inside for, who was it? Who said Fireball Miss? It's going to win. Fireball Miss. Who said that? It was Maxi. Was it Maxi? It's way back up here. It was. Well done, Maxi. Great find. Gee, the chat's on fire with these winners. And Fireball Miss gets the result in the Roses. And again, another horse that has just saved ground, gone up along the inside and won. So many horses have done that so far. Sun's up by 20 at 3/4 time, says Razzle. And North are in with a sneaky chance there. It's only 3 minutes until the next at Sandown. Am I backing anything? No. I'm not going to back anything, but my on-top selection was Nation's Call. Who do we all like at Sandown? Out of every quaddie after the second leg. Saw that coming from a mile away. I accidentally had Doomben race 8 up there. That was race 7, I'm pretty sure. Good to see everyone in the chat getting around Maxi. It's any selection that you select that is at a double figure price, it makes you feel so good. Grand Omaha for Adzi, no bet. It didn't run that bad actually. This favourite, it's a wide open race next. Narbold is the favourite. Zach is with Narbold. So Narbold for Zach. My on-top selections Nation's Call. Get this Brisbane quaddie off the screen. Don't need that. Could probably move this in the middle now. There's no quaddies. There we go, just a bit of remodelling. I'll get up this next race at Sandown. Whoops. Alright, so they're starting to move in for this Sandown race. Sir Atlas for Adzi. Yes, well done again to Maxi for finding that last winner at Doomben. Very good result. Kieran Ma strikes again. I thought Sly Boots could run a bit of a race here. It's a Waterhouse horse with Newitt on board, so you know it's going to go straight to the front. It might just keep going. So I don't mind Sly Boots. My on-top selection is Nation's Call. The 12 wins at Sandown, says Danny. Well, I hope so, because it's Nation's Call. Something small on Sly Boots for Maxi. Imagine if Maxi went 2 in a row. How good would that be? So they're just about all in for the the Tile Importer handicap. Over 1,600. Mr. Sherwood's is each way Seafall. So we're set, we're racing. Dragoon and Sly Boots were the best two to leap, and Narbold's pushing forward. Nation's Call's going to be in a non-speed position with Angry Skies. Sir Atlas is in his customary role at the back. Who's going to lead here? It's Nation's Call. They've decided to take a sit with Sly Boots, which confuses me a bit. I wouldn't understand why they wouldn't just push on with the job and try and sit outside of Dragoon there. Because now Sly Boots is caught a bit wide. Nation's Call second in run, and they've really slackened the tempo here, so it should be a on-speed dominated race, you would think, but it is Sandown. The favourite Narbold's out 3 wide, no cover, but I think that's the place to be by this stage of the day at Sandown. Sir Atlas is being tapped along already. Seafall's about to work its way into the clear. 5.50 to go. They round the corner. Dragoon will lead them into the straight. Nation's Call hasn't been let off the chain yet by Nolan, but now it is. Narbold running on, Seafall running on, way back to the inside, the OTI horse. Narbold struck the front and Seafall's out after it. Looks like it's going to be a war between them two. Seafall and also Narbold. Seafall gets the upper hand, races away. Seafall's going to get the win. Mr. Sherwood's does it again. We got another winner in the chat. He said each way on Seafall, and that mare has won 3 races in a row. You love mares in form. It was a great result. Good result there. Seafall takes the win. Well done to you. Now we'll move on to Murray Bridge, which is at 3:37. I'm going to have a bet. Am I? Is this the right race? No, this isn't the right race. Is it? I don't think so. No, I'm not going to have a bet. I'm not going to have a bet in this one either. Wide open race, this one. Favourite's Jovial. $3:37 is the race time, and it's race number 7, I think. Yeah. Who was I going to back in this one? If I was going to back anything. No, I am going to have a bet in this one. I'm going to back this one, number 12, Alpine Lee. Alpine Lee I'm going to be on. I think it's over the odds at $18. That's the bet I'm going to have. Could potentially entertain number 9, Flash Alice. But Alpine Lee gets in with the lightweight for Taylor Johnston. And it's drawn out wide, which I think is where you need to be by this stage of the day at Murray Bridge. And it had an excuse last start. So we'll see how it goes at 18s. I'm going to, back that horse. Could potentially back Flash Alice as well, but might just stick with Alpine Lee and see if we can get a result. All right. Let's get that up on screen. All right. There's Alpine Lee, and we'll just drag that down there. There we go. All right, that's done. So that was a good win by Seafall. Is there anyone that's still in the quaddie? In any quaddie? It was a weird ride from Newitt because that horse actually ran on quite well, Sly Boots. If it had have rolled forward, then who knows what it would have done. See if the football has gotten any closer as we await this next race at the Bridge. Gold Coast still lead by 20 odd points. Looks like Matt Rowe's putting on an exhibition. North still a slight hope. A very slight hope. Didn't do a quaddie this week, Adsy. That's all right because it's tough. It's tough to jag a quaddie, and I'm out of all 4. So try and get it back on Alpine Lee. I'll quickly back that horse before I forget to back it. Alpine Lee at $18. And if there's a little market push for Flash Alice, I might have something on that as well. Alright. That's on, and I'll keep an eye out for the price of horse number 9. Anyone like anything in Murray Bridge? First leg of place multi, fave here and half yours. So that's Jovial and half yours. I mean, if you can jag this one in a big field, then, well, how big's the field? Maybe 11 or 12. Half yours should be running top 3. But if it doesn't, then maybe that vet was wrong. Just backed Alice each way. Because you've given me confidence now that you're on it, Mr. Sherwoods. I might have to back it. What price is it? Into $8.50. There's a little bit of market support there. Bernie Lomax always runs a good race. It's the 3rd favourite. Like numbers 3 and 6. 2 favourites. Lomax to run a place for Maxi. Yeah. There are a lot of lotteries in South Australia, for sure. There's a lot of big fields. They've got a lot of races on a Saturday, which would normally be on a Wednesday or Thursday in Victoria. So you get a lot of interesting and even fields. I might almost... What price is it now? Is there any more market support for Flash Alice? It's at $8.50. I'm just going to put it on as a saver. Flash Alice. Put it on as a saver, and because Mr. Sherwoods is on it, it's giving me confidence. So, yep. Zach's on Smother. Anonymous is on Flash Alice. We're about 2 minutes away from start time here. Try and get this race up. And then after this, it'll be Randwick, and then the feature, the Doomben Cup. Then after that, I don't know if I'll stick around for the race after that at Sandown. Actually, I probably will, because King Zephyr's running and Adsy's all over King Zephyr. So they're 1:45 away from start time here in South Australia. Deficit is the outsider of the field, and it's the last horse that I saw on screen. $1,500 on the 3, should be winning by 2 lengths plus. Jeez. It looks like we're pretty confident on Jovial. I've just joined. Why aren't you backing favourite? I clicked the wrong button. No, I'm just kidding. I think the 12 and the 9 represent better value, so that's the way I've lent. But you know, Jovial deserves to be right up there, up the top of the market. for sure. It's in good form and it's drawn a good gate by this stage of the day at Murray Bridge. 30 seconds away from start time. John Kelton's with Suit of Wands. So we've got some on Jovial, some on Smother, and some on Flash Alice, and then me on Alpine Lee, who's now out to $21. I just took top tote with Alpine Lee, so hopefully it pays something. Just tick past starting time now. Looks like the favourite's getting some good late support. It looks like it's got a 3 in front of it, the current marketplace. Can any of you guess which horse that is on the background of my stream at the moment? You could probably tell by the cap and who's running today. But we'll see if you can get it. MBB is with Alpine Lee with me. I hope it wins now. It's a good price to find out. But it is on the drift out to 23. They're starting to move up. 19 minutes away from the Doomben Cup. 27 minutes away from King Zephyr. Also got 2,000 on the 2 next at Randwick. Amazing Eagle. I'm not going to have a bet in that race, but Amazing Eagle I thought was one of the better chances. Zach reckons it's Birdman. It is Birdman. It is Birdman. Hopefully he can get across the line so I can get a profit and, can hopefully run past Pride of Jenny. Jovial has been met with some good late support. It's into $3.50 from $4. Now 2 minutes past start time at the bridge and they're not ready yet. Bit of a wait on our hands. So now they're right over 1,800. The red light flashes. The gates are back and they're away. Smother has missed the start. Jovial was one of the better ones to go, just looking for a spot. Alpine Lee, the grey, is also trying to look for a spot. Is going to be 3 wide Alpine Lee, but hopefully has some cover. At the moment, it's got some cover behind Jovial, but Jovial is about to slot in one off the inside. So my horse will be stuck 3 wide at the back. Suit of Wands leads them up at the moment. Jovial's 3 wide with cover and Alpine Lee's on the back of it. Smother, where's Smother? It's after jumping last, Smother's in the box seat. It's really made up some ground there. Jovial 6-3 wide. Alpine Lee is following Jovial with 800 to go. So they're edging away from the inside and it's in front Suit of Wands. Flash Alice is last. I forgot about that horse. The race is on as they round the corner. The race is opened up for Smother along the inside, who's trying to take an inside run. Here comes Jovial running on. Flash Alice is the widest winding up. It's Smother with Lomax on the inside. Flash Alice right down the outside. Flash Alice with horse number 1 coming through. Lomax still kicking. Can Flash Alice get there? Yes, Flash Alice wins. Well done to Mr. Sherwoods again with another winner at a good price. And that's the first winner that I've backed on the stream. It's been a long time in the making, but Flash Alice gets there and takes the prize. Well done to Mr. Sherwoods. He's all over it today. Now we can look forward to this next race at Randwick. Race number 9, which is only 3 minutes away. No bet for me here. There we go. I just won on Alice. Well done. Everybody is a winner at the end of the day. No bet for me in this one, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to have a bet in this one. Thanks for the tip, was on Alice also. Yeah, it was a good result. We had a few people on it. Two minutes away from this next race at Randwick. Favourite is Snack Bar. Ahead of Amazing Eagle, Prima Bella. Zach's on Prima Bella. Who's everyone with in this next race? Who's Maxi on and who's Mr. Sherwood's on? Massive draws to get inside run. They're winning on inside here. Yeah, that seems to be the... for actually all around the grounds, that seems to be the trend today. They're going to fly here over the 1,000. Maxi's on Snack Bar. Snack Bar for Maxi. We'll hopefully get the thoughts of Mr. Sherwoods as well, because he's been all over it today. They're just mauling around the back here with 40 seconds to go until start time, and we'll get this race out of the way, and then we've got Birdman to look forward to, and then after Birdman, might stick around for that Sandown race with King Zephyr in it. And then I'll finish up the stream. Kangaroos are coming back. Mr. Sherwoods is on Prima Bella in this one, along with Zach. A couple on Prima Bella. We got one. Danny is on Amazing Eagle. Maxi's on Snack Bar. So they're about to finish loading for this penultimate race at Randwick. Need 2 touches from Parker, McKercher and Wardlaw for a beautiful 25k collect. 8 minutes to go. That sounds like it's gettable. They're all good players who like getting the footy, so I hope they get 2 touches. Another downgrade at Randwick to a heavy 9. And in race 9, with the light blinking away, they're racing. So Masira jumped out all right. Snack Bar and Amazing Eagle in the second half of the field early, and Prima Bella looks like it's going to get to the front without having to do too much work at all. Looks to be travelling decently as well, although it kind of wants to get the head up a bit. Only about 5 lengths first to last, and it's Prima Bella who leads them. Amazing Eagle's only 2 lengths away from the leader. Snack Bar and Masira's going to get right up along the fence. They turn in. It's against the law out wide with the lead, but how long for? Prima Bella comes under pressure. Amazing Eagle's looking for a run. Snack Bar's looking for a run. Against the law, Prima Bella giving a kick. Amazing Eagle's out after it. Amazing Eagle and Prima Bella. Prima Bella's kicking back. Amazing Eagle's going to have a lunge. No, missed. Prima Bella. Another winner for Mr. Sherwood's and another winner for Zach. How good is that? That's unbelievable. Love to team up and jump on one of these streams with your one day mate. Well, this won't be too regular of a thing, but yeah, we'll see how we go in the future. Sherwood is on the money. Absolutely. And Zach also got that winner, so well done. Next race we have to look forward to is the Doomben Cup. Let's pull up the market and see if... we've got any changes since I last looked. Well, Birdman's your new favourite. Birdman is the new favourite. So Prima Bella won that contest for Ashley Morgan. I did have that one in the quaddie, but we got knocked out in the second leg, so won't amount to anything. I did say I was going to race call the Doomben Cup, so I'll have to follow through with that. Just get Birdman up on the screen. There's continued support for him. He's now into $3.70. This is my unit play to hopefully get me in profit for Saturday. There we go on Birdman. Got the Doomben Cup. Race 8, 357. Mr. Sherwoods, don't know if you remember, but I met you at last year's Caulfield Cup. I remember how many? I reckon there was about 4 people. There was about four people that I met that day. Were you the first bloke out the back of the mounting yard that's been subscribed to me from day one, or was that someone else? Hold on. Tell me if that's right or not. Pride of Jenny for Zach. Danny's going to Darwin. Desperate measures there. Birdman might start the outright favourite in this contest. Six minutes away from start time for this highly anticipated Group 1. I did make the promise earlier that I would be calling the race. So I'll follow up on that and do it. 6 minutes away from start time. Yeah, that's me. Oh, well, it's great to see you typing in the chat today, mate, and you've been on absolute fire. Now, I do remember meeting you last year, and yeah, you were a really nice guy, so thank you for... I was just walking up the stairs, I remember, and you said something like, "Oh, you're the Salmonator," so thanks again for that little conversation pre-Caulfield Cup day. Yeah, you're a very nice guy. Kangaroos down by a goal. Is it that close, is it? Danny's on Birdman. PC and Adzi are on half yours. What's the score in that Roos game? Quickly have a check myself. Oh, it's only a goal. All right. I've got the split screen happening now, but the Roos game might overlap with the Suns. Might call the footy. Comben sends it in long for the Roos. They need a goal. Rioli, it's off hands. North are desperate. Out to Holman, who's met solidly. Now, you're a racing crowd. You probably don't want to hear me call footy. I'll just be watching it in the background because it is close. I'll probably turn it off if Gold Coast get the next goal. That'll be game, set and match. Four minutes away from start time of the Doomben Cup. Georgie Wardlaw has it. That's a possession for Danny. If he hasn't got it already, then he's got another touch. Noah Anderson for the Suns has the ball, and they're just trying to play chip ball. He nearly got there in the end, did Georgie. There's Pride of Jenny on screen in the Doomben Cup. Currently can't see the chat at the moment, so I'll quickly revisit it in a moment. Just while I see what happens with this football game. There's a lot of stoppages late in the game, so that'll probably overlap with the Doomben Cup. 3 minutes to go until the start of the Doomben Cup. Here you go, the Roos. Wardlaw gets it to Darling, who flings it on the boot. This might work out. Zerha over the top to... Is that Larky? Oh, he couldn't control it, Big Suva. Now he's caught on in the ball. No. Zerha, they need to find a mark. Off hands. Constanti, good tackle, and Will Powell. The Roos are getting really close here. It's only 6 points the difference. A minute and 57 to go in the game. Not many people there, but this is good stuff. Gold Coast are going to get the clearance out of North's 50. But it might come back. Oh, good tackle from Ben King. Play on's a call. I thought they would have been holding the ball, but play on's the call. Wobbly kick forward from the Suns, marked by Comben. They've got a minute 30 left, the Roos, to get a goal. They need a go. It's in their forward half. Dersma's in a lot of space here. Needs to hit a target. There's going to be a mark. It's a mark. I don't know who it is in that forward 50. Is that Luke Davies-Uniacke? Brilliant composure by Dersma. We've got the wrong one at Essendon. We needed Zane and North. This is to put them back level here. This stream has turned into a football stream all of a sudden. 55 seconds to go. Davies-Uniacke has the kick to bring the Roos back level, and he's got it. The Roos are back level, 105 to 105, and it's all to play for at this next centre bounce with 46 seconds to go. We've got a minute until start time for the Doomben Cup, but they're going to run 2 minutes late so that more people can get money on, because that's just what they do. So hopefully it doesn't overlap with the football, because this is a good game. So Birdman's still the favourite. Pride of Jenny's been really solid. Half Yours has been the big drifter. It's out to $4.40. She's a Hustler and Vauban are holding solid. So it'll be footy straight into the Doomben Cup. 46 seconds. The ball's thrown back up in the air. Come on, Ruse. Anderson, Petrarca, Gold Coast get it forward. Gold Coast get it forward. Humphrey couldn't pick it up. McKercher can. McDonald, Wardlaw, here they go. Here they go, the Roos. Through the middle of the ground. Long kick forward, 1-on-1. Free kick. Free kick. Suva into an open goal. He's missed, but he's going to call it back. The Roos are going to win. I'm glad I saw that ending. Thank you very much, Razzle, for putting the footy score in the chat. I'm going to go back to the chat now because the Roos are going to win that game. Cop that, Gold Coast, the Nepo babies. All right, what's everyone been saying? What's the market looking like? Half Yours is a drifter. Thanks, Maticus, for the comment. Hope you live stream every Saturday. I wish I could, but it'll only be an occasional stream. Jamie Mellum needs to go at the 800. Got to get on the bike pretty early against Pride of Jenny. And thanks you for the comment about the footy, the commentary. So going to call this race at Doomben. A proper call this time. Birdman, Pride of Jenny, Half Yours, She's a Hustler, Vauban, Asterix and Kovalika are the 7 competing in this year's Doomben Cup. And it was good to see the Roos get the win there. All right, they're moving in for the Doomben Cup. We're almost 2 minutes past starting time. Get your bets on. Birdman looks like he'll start favourite, and I really hope he wins. Which Pride of Jenny will turn up today? She's about to walk into the machine. They're almost all loaded up. Half Yours will be one of the last to move in. It might be the last, in fact. All right, we're set for the Doomben Cup over 2,000. Come on, Birdman. Ready to go, and they're away. Kovalika off the inside, jumped away well. Pride of Jenny was out fast, and She's a Hustler, shows good early speed. Asterix right up there too. About 2 lengths away to Birdman, then Vauban's second last the fence, and Half Yours is going to be at the end of the field. So Pride of Jenny taking her time to work across at the 1,700 metres, leads by a length on She's a Hustler. Third, the outside Asterix, and fourth, the fence Kovalika. About a length and a half away to Birdman, second last Vauban, and at the end of the field, Half Yours. Pride of Jenny, as she likes at the 1,400 metres, she speeds 7 lengths, 8 lengths in front of She's a Hustler. Then in third, Asterix, followed by Kovalika, Birdman, Vauban, second last the fence, and Half Yours at the end. Half Yours is 3 wide and getting going. So Mellum is getting going quite early here as Pride of Jenny leads by 12 lengths. As they reach the 1,000 metres, Pride of Jenny's out by 12 on She's a Hustler. Half Yours has made a mid-race move and got up to third on the outside, followed by Asterix, Kovalika, second last Birdman, and at the end of the field is Vauban. Pride of Jenny with 800 metres to go, still 9 lengths in front of She's a Hustler. Half Yours is right up there too. They were followed by Asterix, Kovalika, Birdman second last and 2 lengths away to Vauban. How long can she keep going for Jenny? At the 500, she's still 10 lengths in front of Half Yours. Asterix now pulling out 3 wide. Birdman starting to get going towards the outside. She's a Hustler. Kovalika, Vauban at the end. Pride of Jenny came into the straight full of running. At the 300 metres, she still leads by 6. Birdman's coming out after her quite strongly now. Birdman, Pride of Jenny. Birdman goes past, and Birdman is going to win the Doomben Cup. My phone's freezing, so I can't finish off the race call, but I think it's paused. It's paused right here, but I'm pretty sure Birdman has won from Pride of Jenny. Vauban was running home strongly. Half Yours might have got 4th. I don't know. It's still frozen, but yes, Birdman finally wins again after 2 losses. So, well done to everyone who backed Birdman, myself included. And yeah, it's still frozen. I'm sure it won. Everyone's saying in the chat that it won. So, looks like Vauban's run a good race. Pride of Jenny was in it for a long way. Half Yours probably runs 4th. Well, everyone, I might leave it there. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. Thanks to everyone who's been typing in the chat and contributing to the stream. It's been great seeing your comments. And we finished on a high note with Birdman taking out the Doomben Cup. So well done to everyone today who backed a winner. There was a lot of you that did. Well done to everyone once again. It's been a fun stream. It's been a very fun live stream, and I'll no doubt be doing it again because I've really enjoyed this last 2 hours just sitting back and watching the races with you guys. So thanks everyone once again. See you for next week's preview on the